She was trying to. It was good. It was just low. Yeah, and then he was the one instigating. I was just like, oh, well, you know, I just be like, hey, whatever. You hear her? And she like, why she talking so long? Then he told you. I'm like, look at him, instigate. No one's so I'm like, oh Lord. We got so much. Oh, it landed on your back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Tuesday, June the 29th City Council meeting. I now call this meeting to order. Our Pledge of Allegiance and Invocation tonight will be led by Councilman Ledford.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, sir, we have no special presentations this afternoon. Could I have a motion on the minutes? We have a motion to approve the minutes with a proper second. Any questions or comments before we vote? If not, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dolly,
Yes.
Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yeses.
The ayes have it. Moving now into ordinances on final reading. Madam Clerk, would you read 5A alternate version?
An ordinance to amend the operations budget ordinance number 13558, known as the fiscal year 2020 through 2021 operations budget, amending section 6 so as to appropriate additional funds for the fiscal year activities from the narcotics fund reserves.
What is pleasure of the council?
Second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve 5A with a proper second. Questions or comments before we vote? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yeses.
Motion to approve carries. Now moving into ordinances first reading under Public Works. 6A, please.
An ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 14, Article 2, Division 3, Section 1475, application for examination required, contents and qualifications, and Section 1481, licenses and certificates required in Chapter 24, Article 1, Section 24.1, in general definitions, intelligent transportation systems.
Councilman Hester. We have a motion on the floor to approve item 6A with a proper second. Questions or comments before we vote? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes,
9 yeses.
so moved. Now we'll move into resolutions. We're going to take off the bat 7A, and I'll tell you what, Madam Clerk, go ahead and read the caption of 7A, please.
A resolution to repeal resolution number 29142 adopted on August 8th, 2017, and adopting new rules of operation for the Chattanooga City Council.
And Madam Attorney, could you please read what we have removed from the resolution that was a tweak to earlier?
We removed the time of the meetings and left the date.
Okay.
Public notice will be satisfied by listing the time on the posted agendas. And we corrected a portion limiting public comment.
And there is, there's no limit to twice a week on the public, twice a month, I'm sorry, on public comment. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The new limit is once per day at a public meeting.
Okay. All right. Hearing those changes, council, what's the privilege of the council? We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Any questions or comments before we vote? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yeses.
Motion to approve 7A carries. All right, Madam Clerk, if there are no objections from the council, I'd like to take economic development and information technology as a bundle. So if you would, 7B, C, D, E, F, and G, please. Councilman Ledford.
Chairman, do we need to defer item C to July 6th?
Yes, sir. I believe you're correct. So I tell you what, let's pull that one out. Let's take, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Let's take B, D, E, F, and G at this time.
Yes. Item B, a resolution authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a first agreement to exercise option to renew with Chattanooga Flying Disc Club, Inc., and substantially the form attached for disc golf courses at city public parks for daily use and tournament play for an additional term of 1 year for the term through June 30, 2022. Item D, a resolution authorizing the Department of Information Technology's Chief Information Officer to renew the existing blanket agreement, PO number 554187 with BG Staffing, Inc. for 12 additional months, beginning May 29, 2021 and ending May 28, 2022. The second renewal of 2 optional renewals for an amount not to exceed 1.1 million each. Item E, a resolution authorizing the Department of Information Technology's Chief Information Officer to extend the existing blanket agreement, PO number 551492, with Data Driven LLC for 12 additional months beginning July 1, 2021 and ending June 30, 2022, with an annual spend limit not to exceed $90,000. Item F, a resolution authorizing the Department of Information Technology's Chief Information Officer to renew the city's contract 549256 with Smart Homes, Inc., DBA Smart Systems, as providers of systems, automation, and technology installation services for 1 additional year beginning May 16, 2021 through May 15, 2022, for an amount not to exceed $250,000 per contract year. Item G, a resolution authorizing the Department of Information Technology's Chief Information Officer to renew the city's contract 554393 with New Origin Systems, Inc., as providers of geospatial systems, GIS field and mobile applications maintenance and support for the water quality program for 1 additional year beginning June 17, 2021 through June 16, 2022 for an amount not to exceed $40,000 per contract year.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve items 7B, D, E, F, and G with a proper second. Any questions or comments before we vote? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yeses.
All right, Madam Clerk, let's take 7C.
A resolution authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a conservation services agreement for 2021 through 2022 with the Trust for Public Land in substantially the form attached for a term of 1 year from July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022 for an amount not to exceed $100,000 to be paid in 4 quarterly installments of $25,000.
Councilwoman Ledford,
Thank you, Chairman. I move to defer this item to July 6th.
Second.
we have a motion on the floor to defer 7C until July the 6th with a proper second. Questions or comments before we vote? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilman Byrd, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yeses.
Motion to defer until July the 6th carries 9-0. Now, council, if there are no objections, we will take items 7H, I, J, and K as a bundle.
Item H, A resolution authorizing the Office of the City Attorney to renew purchase contract number 548221 with Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, Inc. for insurance brokerage services, athletic liability, commercial auto, out-of-state auto, public officials bond, Head Start Auto for the third of 3 12-month renewal terms options for an amount not to exceed $125,385. Item I, a resolution authorizing the fire chief to extend the supplemental fire services agreement with Tri-Community Volunteer Fire Department, Inc. for 3-year term period ending June 30, 2024 for the continued fire protection of the Annex Udoa area referenced in ordinance number 10966 to be paid in quarterly increments, subject to an annual increase of 5% for a total amount of $454,257. Item J, a resolution authorizing the chief of police to apply for and if awarded, accept a fiscal year 2021 Law Enforcement Mental Health and Wellness Act grant through the Office of Community Oriented Policing Services, COPS Office, to assist and develop a peer support team used for officers' resilience training, family resources, suicide prevention, crisis intervention training, and technology resources for a grant period beginning October 1, 2021 and ending September 30, 2023 for an amount not to exceed $124,360. Item K, a resolution authorizing chief of police to reimburse the Hamilton County 911 for police service center security upgrade to include access control reader plus cars and fire alarm upgrade for a one-time reimbursement for an amount not to exceed $60,000.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Move approval.
We have a motion on the floor to approve items 7H, I, J, and K with a proper second. Are there any questions or comments before we vote? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Byrd, Councilwoman Dottley,
Yes.
Councilman Byrd, Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes,
9 yeses.
so moved. Now, council, moving into Public Works. Madam Clerk, if there are no objections, let's take 7L through 7S, please.
Item L, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to approve change order number 1 final for First Place Finish, Inc. of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, relative to contract number R20017201, Sumner Softball Complex Improvements from the Easter Tornado 2020, demolition and removal for the decreased amount of $2,614.25 to release the remaining contingency amount of $3,000 for revised contract amount of $27,213.35. Item M, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to close out project for contract number R20017201, Summer Softball Complex Improvements from the Easter Tornado 2020, foul poles replacement with River City Athletic Fields in Sauter Daisy, Tennessee, to release a contingency amount of $5,000 for a final contract amount of $54,400. Item N, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to award contract number S21001-201 Cannon Avenue Drainage Improvements to Thomas Brothers Construction Company, Inc. of Hickson, Tennessee, for the contract amount of $297,600 plus a contingency amount of $30,000 for an amount not to exceed $327,600. Item O, a resolution to amend resolution number 30758 so as to correct the contractor name to reflect Porter Roofing Contractors LLC of Chattanooga, Tennessee, for the awarded contract number E19011-201, blanket contract for roof inspections, repairs, and maintenance. Item P, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to award contract number W21001201, raise and lower manholes for Tennessee State paving projects to Professional Concrete Finishing, Inc. of Chattanooga, Tennessee, for the contract amount of $145,500 plus a contingency amount of $15,000 for an amount not to exceed $160,500. Item Q, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to enter into a joint funding agreement, JFA, with the U.S. Geological Service, USGS, and the City of Chattanooga to operate 7 continuous real-time stream gauges located on North Chickamauga Creek, South Chickamauga Creek, Mountain, Chattanooga Creek, Mountain Creek, Wolf Cheever Creek, Lookout Creek, and Friars Branch for the period beginning April 1, 2021 through March 31, 2022 with a contribution of $10,875 from the USGS and $89,625 from the City of Chattanooga for a total cost of $100,500. Item R, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to award contract number S20012101 professional services for the City of Chattanooga, Hamilton County Water Quality Monitoring Project contract to Woolpert Inc. of Columbia, South Carolina for a contract amount $285,000. Item S, a resolution authorizing the approval of change order number 2 for Tyler Construction Company, Inc. relative to contract number T20002 for construction services associated with citywide resurfacing for an increased amount of $1,016,100 for a revised contract amount of $10,383,224.48.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. What's the pleasure of the council?
Second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve items 7L through S with a proper second. Are there any questions or comments before we vote? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilman Byrd, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson,
Yes.
9 yes.
Motion to approve 7L through S carries 9-0. Now moving into purchases, Madam Clerk, we're going to give you a rest. We're going to ask Julia to come up and read our purchases this afternoon.
Good evening, council. We've got 2 purchases this evening. The first is from the Waste Resources Division of Public Works, an increase of $130,000 for liquid oxygen, increase needed to cover services through contract renewal due to issues at the oxygen building. The total annual estimated spend is $260,000. The second purchase is for the mayor's office. This is a change order to increase the chat-in emergency purchase order from May 11th, 2021 by $5,000 to a new total of $24,200. The May 11th, 2021 emergency purchase was for a non-congregate shelter for vulnerable individuals experiencing homelessness with underlying medical conditions. This increases the total expense from $36,712 to $41,712.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the council on the purchases this afternoon? Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve tonight's purchases with a proper second. Questions or comments before we vote? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilman Byrd,
Yes.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson.
Yes,
9 yeses.
so moved. Now we have some requests for purchases, I think.
Yes, we have 2 RFPs recommended for approval this evening. We're requesting approval to issue these RFPs, not approval to award any contracts at this time. An RFP is necessary as opposed to a sealed bidding process because there is more than one solution to the scope requested, and competitive proposals will assist in selecting the best solution. The first is from the mayor's office, an RFP for chief of police executive search firm. Since there may be many executive search firms that would compete based on price alone, but few that could deliver the best candidate for chief of police, the firms should also compete on the basis of their competence, approach, and qualifications to fill this position. The second is also an RFP from the mayor's office for a human resources consultant. Consultants are to be compared based on competence, approach, qualifications, and price.
Councilman Ledford.
RFP request.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve the RFP or Q?
P.
I thought you said Q. Okay, the RFP request with a proper second. Any questions or comments before we vote? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Coonrod,
What? Okay,
Councilman Byrd, Councilwoman Dotley,
Yes.
Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Henderson.
yes.
Okay, that's 8 yeses.
Motion to approve the RFP carries. 8-1, I guess that would be. All right, now moving to our committee reports. We'll just go around the horn. Councilwoman Coonrod.
Thank you, Chair. We had a great presentation from Jermaine and Mr. D's on pure graphite that's coming to Chattanooga and District 7. creating 300 jobs and the annual average wages of 42,000 a year.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Byrd. Councilman Byrd.
We're doing all we can.
Okay, thank you, sir.
They just doing all we can.
Councilwoman Dotley,
No report.
Vice Chair Smith, Councilwoman Burrs. Councilman Hester. Thank you. Councilman Ledford. Councilwoman Hill.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. All right, we now move to the time in our agenda where we recognize persons wishing to address the council. By a show of hands, do we have any in the audience this afternoon that would like to address the council? All right, very well. I want to ask the city attorney if she would read the rules to address the council. Madam Attorney.
Thank you. Yes. Each speaker wishing to address the council shall be recognized by the chairman and speak at this microphone. You can line up. The speaker may address the council regarding matters within the legislative and quasi-judicial authority of the council, and you are limited to 3 minutes.
All right. If you'd like to address the council at this time, if you'll please approach the podium. Give us your name and district, please.
3 minutes. Joshua Capellish. I'm a veteran, an American citizen, and I love this city. I think we all do. That's all why we're here. We care. Our First Amendment allows us to assemble peacefully and to express needs. Basically, why I'm here today is because we've got a situation just a few blocks down the street here where homeless folks don't have access to water. Maslow's hierarchy of needs states that we should have clean air, water, food, and shelter to be able to self-actualize and be able to do other things in this world. I believe firmly that we are all created equal, whether we are disabled physically or mentally or however we see it, regardless of anything. And so today I took it upon myself to make all these calls. I called the Red Cross. I called the Hamilton County Health Department. I called the City of Chattanooga Mayor's Office. I called the Chattanooga Fire Department, Tennessee Department of Human Services, Chattanooga Fire, excuse me, I already said that. The food bank, the community kitchen, and also 911. I did all this while working, understand? And I don't get paid to do this. My son and I handed out 452 bottles of water. We were donated some money to help out with that. That's 59 gallons at 85 cents a gallon, which it comes out to out of my pocket. I shouldn't have to do that, but I can't sleep at night because of this, okay? And this can be solved simply by having bathrooms, porta potties, tents, and beyond that, we can all work together and figure this out. We're smart people. We are Americans and we should be working together. And it breaks my heart to travel down the street here and to see that. This is the first time I've been in air conditioning all day. We've been sunburned and really struggling to help folks out. Just last week, I went to the city attorney's office. Before that, I went up to the mayor's office. And 2 years ago, I applied to be the homeless coordinator. I applied twice and they needed 3 applications. They never got the third one. So I was passed over. I've got 3 college degrees, one from Chattanooga, University of Tennessee here. And they said I was overqualified. I've never been overqualified for anything. I've been underpaid, but I'm not going to stand by while I come home from war and find more devastation right here in my own streets. They're burning t-shirts down there to cook food with, okay? You can smell it. And I don't want to be walking down there to find dead bodies, you know what I'm saying? Heat exhaustion happens pretty quick. If they've got to walk 3 miles to get a bottle of water and walk back home, not bottle of water is hot, I don't know what to say about that, but that's what brought me here. The gentleman down there actually told me about this meeting and that brought me here. I put in a full day's work and my second job, coming out here is taking a toll on me personally. And I hope that you can hear me. I don't know if I'm over 3 minutes. I guess I got 30 seconds to speak some more, but over in the Tennessee River Park, they've got big tents over there set up for the, the vaccine stuff. I believe they're taking them down. They got porta potties over there, 6 of them. And I've been driving for 5 years for the Fallen Five. I've driven across the country with a flag folded on my dash from that shooting site, and I brought it to the Golden Gate Bridge 3 times, folded it up and brought it home. 2 years ago, I deployed to Chattanooga and lived out of that truck for 2 weeks to feed and water homeless folks. And last year I ran the flag 5 miles, and I'm going to do it again this year. But before I do that, I don't want to find people out there, in the bushes. So y'all need to help me somehow, some way. We can work together. The only phone call I got back was from the fire department. I'm not saying anybody else
So
wasn't doing their job, but
let me, unless
yes, sir.
council wants to give you additional time, I've got to slow you down right there. If you'd see Joda right beside you, after the council meeting, I think he'd be able to help. Councilwoman Coonrod, did you have or I guess, is that, okay. All right.
Hi, I'm Brad Vandergriff, and I'm kind of like with him. I've been feeding the homeless. I cut my finger.
Could you give us your district number, please?
I don't know. I'm in Hickson, Red Bank area.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a political person that way. I'm here for the homeless people. I think we need to make jobs, create jobs for them. And by doing a mandatory recycle, and you could give them jobs. Nobody else is going to want to go through garbage and pick out the recycles, but those people will, and you can give them a job. And I think y'all need to vote right now and vote to make it mandatory recycle. Can y'all vote? It would give all these people that don't have a place to sleep, or they have a place to sleep, but they're sleeping on the ground. I mean, like he said, they're burning t-shirts to cook with. I mean, I've taken water down there too, and it's just the city's not doing anything.
Well,
I know y'all want them out of here, but they're not going anywhere.
I don't think that this is the appropriate time to vote on something like that, but it's something that we have talked about and we are trying to address.
When would be an appropriate time to vote for this? Because I'll be here.
When a council person chooses to bring it forward in a form of legislation.
Okay. So I'll be back next week. So maybe somebody will stand up and do a human rights thing and get it on the table on the books or whatever to vote. In the meantime, they need water if y'all want to go down there and help.
Councilman Byrd.
Chair, our hearts in this council, I know, really empathize with what you guys are saying. You can go on my Facebook page. I've been out to that site several times, went live, where I've dropped off water, where I've been turned down. A couple of people didn't want the water, and a couple of people did. I've been talking to Joda. Are you here, Joda? Mm-hmm. Our homeless service department, could you stand up for a second, sir? Yeah. Our homeless services department, I think we've housed like 365 people or plus. And we're also doing a trash pickup where we will pay people to pick up trash around their communities.
We've expanded our Cash for Trash program.
You've expanded it.
Yeah. So we originally did a pilot, and we have since expanded it to extend the length of time that it is available. And I also believe that our water fountains at Miller Park have been turned back on. They were shut down for a little bit for repairs. And then additionally, at Homeless Healthcare, there's availability for water for the folks on 11th Street. But we certainly recognize that this is an unsustainable issue over the long term, and that folks need a place to stay. Yes. And that the Kelly administration's position is that we have a housing first solution and an approach to homelessness. So the thing that solves homelessness over the long run is a home, and that's something that we're prioritizing over the long run.
And I thank you so much, and I've seen it. And Chairman, we do have a committee meeting coming up here soon to address panhandling and to address homelessness and to address a lot of these issues. Don't we have that coming up? We spoke on that today, correct?
Well, I think we talked about having in strategic planning something that would address panhandling. I'm not sure that we mentioned in that particular instance homelessness, but that's something that we can certainly bring forward if you'd like.
I would love to. I think Councilwoman Hill also spoke on that earlier today too, so we can address it. So you all have been heard, and we do empathize and appreciate you coming down. So thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Sylvester Harris, Councilman Byrd is my councilman. I need to ask the question about the way the city handles the brush. What I'm, what bothers me is they'll call and they'll pick up a pile two houses down. But if this person ain't called, I think it's a waste of money for the truck to keep going. I think that we need to revise the way we handle the neighborhoods and pick up trash and litter, because it just don't make no sense for the truck to be there. He sees a pile there, can he call dispatch and say, look, we got a couple of piles in this neighborhood, or can we just revise this situation to pick up or do it like they used to, come through the neighborhoods and make that your time when people know you're coming, and put stuff out, and we can clean the neighborhood up at one time, because it makes no sense to have trash over here. Excuse me. And then I look down the street, they said they called, but then that truck didn't get that pickup call, and then he has to come back. I think that's the waste of gas, time, and manpower. I think we need to revise the way we do this. We can clean this city up a little bit better, because it makes no sense that I see something 2 weeks over here that it got picked up over here, 2 weeks ago, and then somebody else got a pile that they was put out just a little bit around the same time. So we got to do something about that. And about the homeless thing, a lot of it is mental illness, and we're gonna have to find a way to help mental illness. One time, we had Moxon being in a lot of places people could go to. I think a lot of these people need not just homes, they need a way that they could get mental help, because I see a lot of it. And I'll tell you, it is terrible. I mean, I walk around a neighborhood and I see so many young men today that I couldn't believe that's just got mental problems. I don't know where all this mental problems coming from. I don't know if it's the ADD medicines, all the stuff that we giving these kids while they're young. Because when I was growing up, they gave you a butt, a whooping. They tore that butt up, and I made it through it. So, but today, we don't have that. They want to medicate these kids. And then when you medicate a kid, you're going to have a medicated adult one day. Because if you don't fix that problem is going to grow. And when I see a lot of homeless people, there's a lot of mental illness needs to be addressed. Not only the homelessness, but mental illness. But if you can find out about the city and try to regroup, and let's try to do something different in these neighborhoods, because, brush, I understand they undermanned right now, but we got to quit picking up a pile over here, but somebody didn't call 2 days ago and you got a big pile there and he drives off. That's waste of gas, time, and effort. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else that would like to address the council this afternoon? Council, I'm not seeing any hands. What's the pleasure of the council?
Move adjourned.
We're adjourned.